Welcome back to the Plus Money Podcast, your home for the best soccer bets in 15 minutes or less. We are through a Champions League week, a Europa League week. We've got one more match day of everything happening at the same time with the Champions League next Wednesday. We'll get to that when we get to that. We've got Arsenal taking on longtime rivals Manchester United, a Manchester United team possibly reborn under Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick once managed a Manchester United team to a 3-2 victory over an Arsenal team coached by, I believe, by Mikel Arteta. That's our game of the week. We'll get to that. I'm Andrew Passaro. We got one game on Saturday. Nick, you know what? We're not going to talk about the middle of the week. We're not going to talk about Champions League. We're gonna. You know what?
Didn't happen. Erase it.
No one could be more due than us. Is
There you go.
what many are saying. Is what many are saying. I look forward to us having a conversation next week about, or the week after next week, of some Champions League futures. I look forward to
Agree.
it.
Definitely agree.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, we have to point out many people have been hating lately on this new Champions League format. It's awesome. I don't
It
have
rules.
any other way to put it. I
It,
love it. Every game is action packed. And I think that's what you want as a viewer because 35 of the 36 teams you will not be rooting for, or maybe even all 36, whatever it is, right?
I think it's
So
four
enjoy this
teams.
viewing.
I think it's four teams. All but four of the teams have something to play for in the last match day, and that's
How
Arsenal
much more could you like it?
and the bottom three teams that are eliminated.
Yep.
I'm like, Liverpool are playing Carabag in a game that on paper, like, oh yeah, Liverpool should smash Carabag. Maybe not.
Carabag is about to advance.
Yeah,
So yeah.
they need points. They need points.
So yeah,
Um,
backtracking. I will say I'll speak for both of us. I don't think we paid enough attention to table position in our picks this past
no.
week. I know that was like a big downfall. So another reason that why this is great.
Also, we're going to talk about Liverpool in a second here. We have, I think, almost every time Liverpool have played a big game, with the exception of when they played City this year, we've gotten it wrong because we just assumed that, oh yeah, Liverpool's
Yep.
defense is bad. They're not going to stand up in this. And
Yep.
lo and
Hey,
behold, they've stepped up in a big way.
Burnley could score, but Marseille, who's been on like, a 5 goal a game run for the past month and a half, can't figure it out. So
Marseille scored
credit to them all.
9 goals in a cup game like a week and a half ago. I was
Right.
getting notifications every 10 seconds about that game, and Marseille came out and did nothing. Liverpool played great. Let's jump right in there. Liverpool are playing Bournemouth, a team they've had pretty good success against. They've won 6 of their last 7 trips down to the South Coast against Bournemouth. Bournemouth have conceded 52 goals in 17 Premier League games against Liverpool. They've given up 52 against Manchester City, but no team have they given up more goals in their tenure in the Premier League than Manchester City and Liverpool. Liverpool have won 12 of their last 13 games against Bournemouth, home or away, with the exception coming in March of 2023. And Bournemouth just 1 win in their last 13 Premier League games, 6 draws, 6 losses. They beat Tottenham, which I'm
I was
taking
on the
Liverpool
wrong
money
side of
line
that
here.
game.
Yeah, I'm taking Liverpool money line here, minus 115. Other things that I wrote down on my little card. Verts shot on target was minus 135.
Still good.
He's done
It's
that in
automatic.
he's done
Yeah.
that in 7 of 8. It didn't happen against Arsenal, which they were on the road at Arsenal, like a game that I think we projected them to not have a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
And I don't most a lot anytime at plus 125. Eventually, it's going to happen, and we don't get that at a plus number on a regular basis. I saw Katike at plus 115 as well. Again, you don't get those numbers for these guys at very long. So if that's where you're looking for a plus number, I'm going to play Verts. I'm going to play money line. And I will say maybe also I got another nugget here. Only Sunderland's Premier League games have seen fewer first half goals than Liverpool this season. However, Liverpool's games have seen more goals scored after halftime than any other team. So the 23-4 and 23 against, or 23-4 and 20 against. So second half most goals. If it's a plus number, I think that's the play here too.
I dig that. I'm with you. I am going to believe again and see if I can go 0-19 on Liverpool games this year. So I am taking Liverpool money line minus 115.
That is our only play for Saturday, weirdly, on the podcast. I will have plays for Saturday on Patreon. We are turning the page to Sunday. It's a really nice Sunday of action. We're going to start with
I'm
Brentford
gonna
versus.
go out and say I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you here. I think every single game in the Premier League this week is watchable.
Yes, I agree. I mean, there are I have a Premier League game in the both teams to score parlay. I will tell you right now, I have at least one player prop for Manchester City Wolves on the Patreon. I'm considering taking Sunderland. You're getting a good number for Sunderland against West Ham. It's on the knife's edge of is it going to make it on the Patreon. Um, there's some good ones. But moving the page to Sunday, Brentford will take on Nottingham Forest. Um, Nottingham Forest, who just fell to Braga in Europa League. I don't know how we're getting Brentford money line at -115. I'll take it. I'm seeing team total over 1.5, which they've done in 7 of 12 home games this season at even money. They are fourth in the Premier League in XG, and they have scored 23 goals at home this season. They've just one loss at home all year. It was to Manchester City in October, and only the top, the only current top three sides have earned more points at home than Brentford this season, which is Arsenal, Manchester City, and Aston Villa. So I am not a believer in this Nottingham Forest team. It all kind of comes down to can Brentford get the moments, but the fact that they're at home, give me Brentford.
I dig it. I don't fault you there. I'm just looking at goals in this one. Over 2.5 is -110. I think, I don't know, Forest has to try and do something, right? So I think they get on the score sheet in this one. Or, surprise, stupid result comes out of it. I really don't know, but I just like over 2.5. I need something to root for more than anything.
I think the Forest. I think depending on what happens here with Forest, I think Sean Dyche's time on the clock. It's about time for them to fire another manager. You know what I mean? Like they're due. They are
Yeah,
very statistically due to
no,
fire
definitely.
another
And
manager.
I mean, the other reason I believe this could hit is I just think is for all the stats that you just rattled off about Brentford. Now, they've been a pleasant surprise. Their defense is just not good at all. So I'm banking on Forest to get one.
All right. Newcastle take on Aston Villa. Newcastle are unbeaten in their last 17 home league games against Aston Villa. 11 wins, 6 draws, and they've won the last 4 on an aggregate score of 13-1. Newcastle are unbeaten in their last 8 Premier League games and have started with consecutive victories at St. James's Park. The last time they did that was 2012, and they won their first 3 home games, which was also against Aston Villa. So that means a whole lot of nothing because that was over a decade ago. Um, I was thinking Newcastle money line here. I have instead decided to go with Newcastle double chance parlayed
Ooh.
with over 2.5 goals at +109. I think we're getting goals here. Like
I was going with your play of both teams to score in over 2.5 at -125. I just think that's definitely there. And I don't know what to make of Newcastle. Like you said, they've really turned it on lately, but can we truly honestly trust them? Is Villa gonna go on another run of like being terrible? I don't know. I've been wrong on Villa the entire year, right? Beginning of the year I thought they were gonna be good. They stunk. Said, okay, this team is terrible. They went on like a 15 game winning streak. Like, okay, it's time to back Villa again, and they started to stink again. So you're asking the wrong guy. I'm rooting for goals pretty much this whole weekend.
I think Aston Villa have been like one of the highest like overachievers or whatever. I think we're due some Aston Villa regression. Um and I think they're going to take Europa League really seriously. Um
I agree with
and
that.
and also they've got guys leaving the squad. Like Malin is going to Roma. Leon Bailey's coming back, but I don't think he's sticking around. I think he's going back out. Like I don't know if they're going to get the replacements that they need, and I think
Yeah.
losing Malin is actually like a pretty big loss to this squad. So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, Newcastle at home at even money. I'm not faulting anybody for following those odds.
no, Harvey Barnes has been on good form
Very.
for Newcastle, so look out for some player props from him. The big one, Manchester United traveling to Arsenal. I don't have any of the fancy props because the website that I'm not going to give a shout out to because they make enough money was down for this game. I don't know why. It was working for the rest of them. That being said, I'm pulling up. By the way, go on Pickett, download Pickett. We're in a new year. You want to bet more responsibly. You want to keep a better eye of your bankroll. The Pickett app will sync with all of your sportsbook for free. It's going to give you data when you're having an up day, when you're having a down day. The up days are really great because it actually tells you to remind you. Well, you can remind yourself take money out of the account. Like when you're up, when you have that really good day, take the money out. Use promo code plus money when you are signing up for Pickett. They're going to give you $3 or $100 just for signing up. And like I said, it's totally free, and it's going to give you a ton of free info. And there's great info for you as a gambler. And I'm getting this info from Pickett, and that is that 96% of the money so far on Pickett is on Manchester United on the spread. And this has to be wrong.
Interesting.
Apparently 99% of the money that they've taken is on Manchester United outright, which I cannot believe. I
No,
can't.
that's
That's
not
got to be
possible.
wrong. Um,
Sorry guys.
yeah,
I can't
but
can't back you on that.
68% of the money is on the under.
And when we say Manchester United on spread, we saying +1.
I would assume, yeah, maybe it's plus one,
Uh,
whatever the spread we're getting it at.
yeah, I somewhat buy that, I
Maybe,
guess.
yeah. This is again. Um, I like both teams to score here. It's minus 134. If you want to tack on over 2.5, it's plus 105. That Arsenal defense is not as defense as you guys think it is. They gave up
Yeah.
a goal to Inter. They did smash Inter, but they gave up a goal. It's hitting 7 of the last 10 for Arsenal in all comps. It's hitting 7 of the last 10 in the Premier League. You add on the over 2.5, it's six of 10 in both. 8 of the last 10 games for Manchester United in all comps. 8 of the last 10 in the Premier League. Both teams to score over 2.5 is only 5 of the last 10. I was looking at Amad Diallo one shot on target at plus 110. It's not bad. He's done it in 5 of his last 6 for club and country. The question there is, are Arsenal going to give up a ton of opportunities at the Emirates, which they don't typically do? The last thing, and the thing I like the most, which I think is my favorite play, over 10.5 corners. It's hitting 4 of the last 5 for Arsenal. It's only 1 of the last 5 for Man United, but it's 4 of the last 5 head to head, and we know Arsenal are going to make this a set piece game. And lastly, last little nugget I have for you: Michael Carrick is unbeaten as a Manchester United manager across both interim spells so far.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, isn't he 1-0? Fair. Over 2.5. I liked it on its own, but I mean, both teams have scored. You might as well. I do think United are getting one, and I don't think it's unreasonable for to believe Manchester United could make top four. The odds aren't there yet, but keep an eye on it. That's all I'll say because I kind of agree with you. I just don't know that Villa has the staying power.
My thing with United to make top four, I I would want it. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but um, it'd have to be like plus 250 or higher for me.
Oh, it's
And
higher.
okay, um,
Hold on. Now I'm gonna have to fact check this in real time because I in my mind
because
it's much higher.
so I don't think it's going to be. They're only a point behind Liverpool on fourth. And then you also need to add in the factor. I mean, the reason to talk yourself into it is they're not playing any European competition and they're already out of the FA Cup. So they got one game a week. They should be able to do it. It's
Yeah.
more of our what's going to happen with the other teams around them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's only plus 300. I thought it was plus 500, but that
I mean,
was me
plus three
mistaking it with City to win the league.
plus 300 is not bad.
If it was plus 500, I would take it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Um, I just don't know if they have the squad to do it right now. It's
No,
kind
but I
of
think everybody
unfortunate.
else is kind of terrible.
Yeah. What do you? We're going goals here. You're going over 2.5.
Goals.
I'm
I'm
okay. Cool.
pretty much going goals on every one of my bets, guys.
We love that. We love that. All right. Moving to Italy. I didn't want to bet Napoli Juve because I feel like Juve just take care of business.
Hate to
I'm
say
sorry.
it. That's
Yeah.
what the odds say.
Yeah. I mean, Juve have been I wouldn't necessarily
Better.
playing great football, but taking care of business and
Yeah.
getting results, moving up the table, which is what they need. Roma are playing Milan. Roma took care of business in Europa League today. Another under. The Milan draw no bet at plus 100 is staring me in the face, and I love it.
Yeah.
Um, Milan only one loss in their last 10, 5-4-1 in their last 10. But
Only one loss all year.
and Roma just lose every big game that they play. Every time they play a big game,
No,
they lose.
you're
So
exactly
it's
right.
like what Milan. I think the one game that they lost this year was to Napoli.
First game of the year to
Uh,
Cremonese.
Right. Well, then they have two losses because they lost to Napoli a couple weeks ago.
Did
Or
they?
they no, maybe hold
I
on.
don't think so. Hold on, guys. We have the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they only lost one game all year. It's the first game.
So there you go. I I, I I gotta take Milan here. I don't think this is a particularly great game of Italian football.
No.
But
No, I'll hit you. I mean, over 2.5 at plus 115 is where I'm at on it.
really,
I think Milan will need 2 goals to win this game. I do think they win. I agree with you, but I think they need two. I doubt they hold Roma scoreless. But you're exactly right. Listen, until Roma win a big game, you cannot back them to do it, right? You need to see it. So do not put your money there, would be my advice. The other interesting thing is Roma have no draws so far. So we're talking about 21 games that they have not drawn a single match. Draws plus 210, disgusting number, but I mean, now seems kind of like the time. Wouldn't be crazy. And I think just throwing this out there, it's nuts. Throw some beer money, a cup of coffee, whatever you want to do. A draw in this game parlayed with a draw in Juve Napoli is plus 830.
damn.
Just saying.
All right, I figured out where those Milan losses that were coming to me in my head. They
Everyone was a
lost.
draw.
They lost. They weren't. It wasn't in the league. They lost to Napoli in the Supercopa in the
Oh, yeah.
semis, and then they lost to. Didn't they lose to Lazio in the cup? Yeah, they lost to Lazio in
Yeah.
the cup.
Yeah.
So that's where I was getting my Milan losses from. Yes, you are right. They have not lost in Serie A since the beginning of the season. Um, all right, Saturday both teams to score parlay. Right around plus 245, plus 250 ish. 9:30 Frankfurt versus Hoffenheim. Frankfurt, a million goals happen in all of their games. And I think it's the last 11 or 12 head to head between them and Hoffenheim have all had both teams to score. Fulham are going to take on Brighton, a game that I remember betting on at the. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this being in the both times to score parlay the last time it happened, and we got like a goal in the 96th minute, and then I looked, it was the first game of the season, and I was like, that feels like it happened 2 weeks ago. And then Villarreal are playing Real Madrid. Villarreal, I mean, not including the Champions League, on great form. Real Madrid, been okay under Arbeloa, but I think we can get a Villarreal goal especially at home. So there's your both teams to score parlay. That will wrap it up from us. Champions League all happening next Wednesday. We'll have some plays for you. We're gonna hopefully tape on Monday at some point, so look out for a podcast Monday evening, and then I will have bets for you all for the weekend next week. I have no idea what game is happening, but we'll be here.
You know it.
Someone will be here to give you bets to put them in your ears. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bet responsibly. Let's have some fun. We'll see you next week.
Good luck. Stay warm.